a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC News and brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. Hopefully this will be the last winter storm of the season, but it's going to be a strong one according to the National Weather Service, which has us under a winter storm warning. We are expecting from 12 to 20 inches of snow by the time this is over on Thursday, and that depends on how much lake effect your particular area gets after the storm passes and brings the cold air streaming back in. This afternoon's commute should be a pretty difficult one with very heavy snow and very strong winds. The Greece Board of Education voted 8-1 last night to accept the resignation of American Sign Language teacher Sharon Duffy, in spite of a group of parents, students, and former students calling for her reinstatement. Duffy resigned after the district began investigating her use of a gutter expression during a sign language class at Greece Olympia High School. A concerned mother posted a photo on Facebook of the offensive word written on the board during class. The photo went viral and caused a ruckus. Duffy's supporters say the offensive word was on the board for a reason. They say she was demonstrating how a slight change in hand position in ASL can inadvertently turn an innocent word into something offensive.
I am beyond devastated at the treatment that she has received. The fact that she was not able to say anything to parents or anybody is really upsetting to me. I'm also very upset at the fact that the district has not come forward and still has not publicly said anything to the parents about any of this.
They say the photo was viewed out of context and has unfairly sullied the name of a wonderful teacher. 2 of the 3 men involved in a triple murder in the town of Greece have been sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms each, plus 5 years in prison. Jamaicans Richard Anderson and Aston Johnson, along with Andrew Wright, were convicted of shooting down 3 other men in a Greece apartment 4 years ago. Wright will be sentenced April 24th. Federal prosecutors say they were all involved in a major marijuana smuggling operation, bringing drugs from Arizona to Rochester. Anderson, Johnson, and Wright murdered their associates because they thought they were being cheated out of their share of the money. There's been a 4th delay in the trial of a Utica area man accused of killing a State University College at Brockport freshman. Clayton Whittemore is now scheduled to go on trial May 12th for beating Alexandra Kogut to death in her dorm room in September 2012. Both the prosecution and the defense have been seeking extra time to line up experts who will testify about Whittemore's mental and emotional state. Psychiatrists have been working on reports for months, forcing the delays. Retired Channel 10 news anchor Rich Funke is making what he calls an important announcement this morning at the Parent and Community Center. It's expected Funke will announce he is running as a Republican for the New York State Senate against Democrat Ted O'Brien. Funke lives in Fairport. He was approached some weeks ago by Monroe County Republican Committee Chairman Bill Rylick about running for the 55th District seat. Donald Trump told Albany radio talk host Fred Dicker yesterday he will decide by the end of the week if he is running for governor or not. The billionaire developer says if he runs, he will win against Democrat Andrew Cuomo. Trump called Republican candidate Rob Astorino a good guy, but said Astorino doesn't have the money to challenge Cuomo, who has more than $30 million in his campaign fund. Trump says he can write a check for $50 million if he has to, and that Governor Cuomo's friends are hoping he stays out of the race. The quarterly Manpower Employment Outlook survey shows all areas of the economy adding jobs this quarter, from tourism to manufacturing. The employment agency's survey shows Rochester metro area employment will also grow from April through June. Only 4% of the area companies polled for the survey say they're cutting staffing. 19% plan to hire this spring. The majority, 74%, plan to keep things right where they are. The New York State Labor Department also released January's unemployment rate for Rochester and New York's other regions yesterday. Rochester's rate of 7% is down nearly 2 points from 8.7% a year ago. The statewide average, released last week, is 6.8%. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of our pages and catch one. We post updates around the day as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.